My name is Noelle Ford. I'm your ISNR Conference Planning Committee Chairperson, doing a quick tutorial today to show you how to use the Attendee website, how to get into that, log in, as well as how to check out all the sessions when they are happening. So in order to start, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, and now when you go to isnrconference.org, you are going to land on this general information page right here. And if you don't know this website, although it's pretty simple, but if you don't know this, go to isnr.org. And then at the top, there's a link that will take you to here, which says 2024 conference. On this general information page, you'll find all the basic information, the hotel, all of that. You're going to go, if you've already registered and you're ready to get into the Attendee website, you're going to go to registration information and then access conference here. This part of the website is going to give you all the information about the conference, the schedule, the abstracts, the vendor hall map, all of this information, also the links to download the event app, because you will need the event app and in addition to the Attendee website. The Attendee website is where you will watch all the Zooms. The event app will allow you to check your schedule as well as check into each session. That will be how we are checking for CE credits. So please familiarize yourself with the app and plan to use the app in conjunction with being on site or the Attendee website for virtual attendees. When you're ready to get into the virtual conference website or the Attendee website, you're going to click on that button right there. You will notice on your confirmation page that is sent to your email, there is a button in that as well. So if you have your confirmation handy, you'll be able to access that with that button there. So once you're on here, you actually don't need your confirmation number, which is nice. So you're just going to type in your first and last name and then your email. And every single time that you log into this, unless it's a 24-hour, unless you're within the 24-hour period, you are going to be required to do a verification code. This code does reset after 24 hours. So you want to pay attention to that. It also you'll need a code again if you change browsers or change devices, but it's not hard. The best part about it is in the conference registration, you had to complete your registration with an email as well as a phone number. I would highly recommend you make that phone number your mobile app, mobile device, because then once you are trying to log in, it's going to text you a code as well as send it to your email. So you'll have the ability to check both places for that. Now, I'm going to type in my code here very quickly and hit log in. If you did not put a mobile phone number in there, it's only going to send it to your email. And then I would highly recommend that you make that email and that mobile number something that's quickly accessible for when you're trying to log in. You don't want to be stuck trying to find this verification code. Now, bear with us because this recording is happening in June and there will be lots of modifications to the pages and probably to the schedule as we near our actual September dates. So bear with us on the design here, but I wanted to click through and show you lots of different functions of the Attendee website so that you can familiarize yourself. First things first, the schedule. If you go to all sessions, that is going to show you every available session. When you see this, you can certainly put filters on if you want, pick for specific days or times, anything like that, certain break sessions, keynotes, etc. But if we just leave it general, you can also see up here, you can search. So you could do keynote, see who our keynotes are. So you can see what those sessions are. And then let's say you want to go back. I wanted to point out this. You'll notice that this watch session button is actually grayed out. If you notice the little indicator here says you'll be able to join 5 minutes before the start time. So don't worry if you can't click on the watch session button. It just means that the session hasn't started yet. So as a attendee, you can't jump in there before 5 minutes before the session. As you scroll down, you'll see all of the sessions on this all sessions page. But if you wanted to see just what you have access to with your conference registration, you're going to go to My Schedule. So for those of you who have added workshops or pre-conference workshops, you'll see those added. If you have not added those, then you'll just see the plenary, the keynotes, the panels, and the vendor demos and vendor workshops. Still lots of sessions are included with your conference registration, but I cannot highlight how valuable that unlimited workshop package is for those afternoon workshops. All right, so now if you are scrolling through here, you'll see what is purchased. There's no option. When you click on My Schedule, it's what you've already purchased. So you'll notice that there's no purchase buttons here. This is just what you've already purchased and you can't add here. But if I go to all sessions, if I go back to all sessions and I decide, you know what, I do actually want to go to a pre-conference workshop too, or I'm not going to be able to attend it, but I want to have the recording. Some people are doing that. Then I would click here and it's going to take me back to the to the conference registration website. You'll type in your confirmation number here, which again can come from this email. You would highlight this right here and you would enter that confirmation number there, log in, and then it's going to allow you to modify your registration to add those things. It will take you, when you do this, if you watched my earlier video about modifying your registration, it's always going to land you on the confirmation page, but you just click modify registration, and then it's going to go back to the beginning of your registration path. And when you click through there, then you can add whatever additional sessions or CE credits or sponsorships or anything like that that you would like. Okay, we're going to X out of that for this moment. So we're back in our attendee website. This again is all sessions. If I go to My Schedule, you'll see that that's available here, whatever I have already purchased. And you can scroll through, see the whole entire time. You can sort by agenda item. You can do the days here if you scroll across. Just keep scrolling. When you click on the top, just because you scroll doesn't mean that that date is selected. So select the day when you want to see what the sessions are for that. Now, some other fun features for this year. We don't have any upcoming events and speakers. I should talk about our speakers. All of our speakers have been entered into the system now, so you can find their information. If you want to search for someone specifically, so if I want to say Leslie, even though he was there. Oh, okay, yeah. So Dr. Leslie Sherlin is in fact presenting at this year's conference. If you click on him, you'll find more information that has been entered in about that specific speaker, also what sessions they are presenting with. If I go back to the speaker list, you can just see everybody. You can certainly sort by different things over here in terms of first name, last name, etc. So if you're interested in knowing if a particular person is presenting, this is your spot. Community, this is a great way to see other attendees and also to connect with other attendees. If I just go on the attendee page here, you'll notice that there's an option to connect and to message. So this is a great way to connect with other attendees, both virtually and on site. So if you want to pass back and forth your email or your contact, it's a good way to get around using paper cards. We don't have any discussions or instant networking things set up yet, but stay tuned, we might. Before we go to our exhibitors and our sponsors, I'm going to take you to floor plans over here on the top right. This is new this year. So this conference layout, it's a little bit tricky to see, and I could certainly zoom in let me see if I can zoom in my browser here a bit so you guys can see that better. Good. Okay, so I might have to zoom that out in a minute, but for right now, when you are looking at this, you'll notice that, there we go. This is the aerial view of our conference setup this year. So the key is down here, but you'll notice there's also things to click on. So for example, if I click on this right here, it tells me this is Auditorium 1, also for the hotel, it's named Rosemont CD, so you might see that on the signage. Rosemont CD or Auditorium 1, these are all the sessions on the right that will be happening there. So it's a good way to navigate during the conference when you're on site to know where your session is that you're trying to attend. And if you see over here, these are our workshop rooms, and these are our auditoriums 1 and 2, and then our vendor hall. All right, and you'll be able to see everything that's happening in the vendor hall this year. The other floor plan that is interesting is our vendor hall map. So as you can see here, again, this is kind of the aerial view of our vendor hall this year. But as you click into here, you'll see there's an option to actually select the vendor that you're interested in. If you're not sure who is where, clicking on this is going to tell you who that is. And then if you want to view their booth, you can click on that button and it's going to take you to all their virtual booths. So this is going to have a link to their website, which you'll click on right here. This is our Brainmaster Technologies, our platinum sponsor. And all their social media links are here. If you want to set up a virtual meeting, they don't have ours set up yet, but they will if they open that up, and you'll be able to schedule a time to speak with them. You see a short description, and more importantly, all the different materials that they would like to give every person who attends their or accesses their virtual booth. You'll also see sponsored sessions. So for example, Brainmaster, as our platinum sponsor, has the opportunity to throw a party Friday night, and it's a really fun time, so I highly recommend you join us. And you can also click on the contact us button, and it's going to give you contact information for them. So this vendor hall map is going to be a really great way to navigate the vendor hall, but also it's going to be a good kind of checklist for you to go through and get your vendor passport signed or stamped, which will allow you to be entered into the drawing for Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. local time. We're going to do a drawing for all the passports that have been completed. So this will be a fun tool to use for that. We're probably also going to build in some virtual points for visiting the vendors in their virtual booths. So pay attention to that, but we haven't hashed out those details yet. All right, so I am going to zoom this screen out just a smidge so I can see. Okay, now I'm going to go up here to Expo, and we're going to take a peek at our sponsors. So here, if you scroll down, you'll see all of the sponsors for our ISNR 2024 conference. And when you click on any one of these, you'll go into that virtual booth that we just saw. So same material is here. Remember, there are links as well that they have given. Okay, you'll see the exhibitors, the same exact thing. Perfect, you can scroll down, see who is coming to the conference as an exhibitor. And again, you'll want to plan on visiting each booth this year to get your passport stamp so you can have an option to win prizes on Sunday. Over here, you'll see up next, this is what is happening next. That's an easy way to just see what's coming, in the next little bit, but also you can view your schedule there. It's another link for that. Notifications will be where you find any notifications that I send out as the planner to let you know that a session is running behind, or maybe a check-in code got mixed up or something like that. So you'll want to pay attention to your notifications here. Hopefully we don't have any issues like that. So hopefully it's just fun announcements that we do, but that's where you'll see them. If you want to message other attendees, you can go ahead and hit send message and start that process. And then for you as an attendee, if you want to change your profile, so this is all auto-populated from your registration, but if you say, you know what, I'm interested in seeing what's on my profile and maybe changing it. So here you'll say, okay, I don't have a picture. So let's see if I enter this, if I edit this, I can add a photo. This button right here, you're visible, you'll appear to other attendees and can interact with the community. That's important. I highly encourage you to stay visible, but for some people that don't want to be visible and seen by other people in that attendee list, you can check that off and it'll take you, see it says you're now hidden from other attendees. So I certainly want to be visible, but you might not want to be. Here you'll add your photo, you can add a headline, you can add your social media links, and anything about you that you'd like for other attendees or maybe the speakers to know about you. If we go back up here to settings, this again is where I was going to show you the visible piece, so you can check that or not check that. Your notifications, you're going to allow notifications. I highly recommend that. It's going to notify you here on the website, but also on your phone. You should get that as well if you have the app downloaded. So you want to make sure that you download that. Your language and time, I would recommend you stay in event time zone, but you certainly don't have to. You can certainly choose your device's time zone if that's easier to kind of keep track of how things are looking on your end. All right, and then finally over here, we've got connections, so you can see who you're connected with, and then your events. So I don't have any other events at this moment, but stay tuned, we shall see. So if I go back to our home screen, there will be a lot of things added here, specifically our featured sessions, our sponsors, those kinds of things. You'll start to see this homepage populate a little bit as we develop it. But for right now, I think you have the basic understanding of how to utilize this attendee website. If you have any questions at all, please email me at isnrchair@gmail.com. We're looking forward to seeing you in Chicago, but also hope that you feel comfortable using this website now.